Good morning, everyone. This is Jimmy on social media, of course. I am Comics and Beyond, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Please subscribe if you like these videos. I also was pleased to find out that Bullseye Bob from Comics, I think it's Coffee and Comics. He had a show with Bueller, Bullseye Bob or Bob, and they collaborated. They did the different segments on that show. It's very informative, entertaining. Now, Mr. Bueller, Travis, is going on the road to all the comic book shops, as many as he can go to, traveling in his van, in his comic book van, if you will. Anyway, he sent me Bob sent me a email saying that he liked these Daredevil videos of the Born Again series, and he subscribed to my channel. So, hey, if it's good enough for a Bullseye Bob, it's good enough for anyone else, right? Kindly subscribe. Anyway, and he's a good man, Bob. From his history and all that, he's a very generous soul. He's a good guy. Anyway, Daredevil number 233, the last issue of the Born Again series. Let me see if I can get this right. Armageddon. Right. Armageddon is the last issue. All right, so let's get right to it, shall we? Frank Miller and David Mazzuchelli. Sorry, David. Keep on mispronouncing your last name. This issue was respectfully dedicated to Jack Kirby. It was the time period when he passed away. Anyway, this issue was just sort of a wrap up of everything that has been going on. There's a battle between. I'm just going to summarize it. There's a battle between the Daredevil and Nuke. That's the first sequence. And then he bows them to the standstill, and then of course Ben Urich and Gloriana, Gloriana is snapping away with the pictures. The old-fashioned way of the camera back in the day. Don't forget, this is a series. Is not present day. This is a number of years ago. I think it's 19. Hold on a second. 19. Oh, should give you my glasses. 1986. So we didn't have any cell phones back then. We didn't have any specific cameras. Anyway, the battle ends with the Avengers taking Nuke into custody. Daredevil sort of tries to get some information from Nuke saying that, the Kingpin sent you, say it. And Daredevil and Iron Man says this man is under federal authority, and he's sort of a very confused soldier with a severe case of some mental issues. And Captain America just hangs his head and he closes his eyes, and he feels sorry for the guy. Anyway, the underworld is talking to, Kingpin's tenants are talking to him in a sauna, and he's basically says, this is not good for business. Ever since you lost your wife, you've been in a bottle, blah blah blah. And then he goes, yes, Mr. Glazer, I understand, and he kills the gentleman. So Kingpin is not a nice person. Anyway, the battle is over. Dawn breaks into church. Foggy goes to see Gloriana, and Sister Maggie talks to Matt, asks him how he is. He says he's okay, and Foggy sees Gloriana, and and then Matt finds Karen, and then Matt makes a brief exit, saying, There's someone here he has to talk to," and he basically his super senses pick up Captain America, and he talks to Captain America, in as Matt Murdock, not as Daredevil. So that's the issue there. Basically, he asked him for information regarding Nuke, and then we centered in on Ben Urich's article, Mystery Killer Attacks Hell's Kitchen, Dozens Dead. And Ben says it's a good story, makes all the right people look terrible. He's a good journalist, right? And then basically, Captain America sees the general where, who actually permitted or let Nuke work for the Kingpin. And then the scene shift again. There's a lot of, Miller's trying to conclude the saga. The diner that Matt worked at is destroyed in the conflict with Nuke. And then still we went to focus on Nuke. Apparently, he gets away from the army, leaves. Captain America here's the signal. He's trying to do some research on Nuke. And here's an interesting part. You might think this is Batman, but here it goes. Hell's Kitchen. Costume gives me a psychological advantage over criminals, Karen. It makes it easier to move. Really, it's crucial. She goes, right. Then he changes. So I immediately thought of Batman, a psychological advantage over criminals. I think Frank Miller was a little playing fast and loose with the psychological thing, because this is the first time he'd ever said that, so maybe he just sort of let his work on Batman sort of flow into Daredevil a little bit. Anyway, Kingpin receives an award for best the businessman, which is he received by persuading the grantors of the award to give him that such award. It's he wants to leave all that criminal stuff behind, and apparently that's not going to happen. So what happens is Daredevil finds raids a gambling operation, grabs 20,000, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, 30,000. It'd probably be much more money now, but $30,000 to help his employer, the man who owned the diner, to rebuild the diner. So he's playing a little bit like a Robin Hood type of character, and then we have the fight with with Nuke again, and this time Nuke is seriously injured. Daredevil attempts to take him to the hospital, but he doesn't think he's going to make it. So he takes it. Goes another purpose. Is one purpose he can still serve. Meantime, Captain America is dealing with, his concerns at that moment. It's good that Captain America is in here, because it's basically he's taking care of. I'm just trying to find the page number here. Yeah. So basically, Captain America takes care of the Nuke situation. I guess the behind the scenes type of thing, and then Daredevil takes Nuke, puts him on the table of Ben Urich's desk at the Daily Bugle, and you see a stunned Ben Urich trying to fathom of he's like soaking wet and his bloody all over the place, and the Daredevil's just like looking down at Nuke, and then pretty much the conclusion now. The reports now are starting to ebb in because of Ben Urich's story about who Kingpin really is. He tries to squash these stories, intimidate his lieutenants and the minions and people he's got on an organization, but they're talking faster than he's able to deal with them. And then the legal charges he's putting, he appeals and et cetera, et cetera. He throws it into the legal quagmire, if you will, through his attorneys. And then he says the law. At least I took that from him. Murdoch thinks and plans. He plans, right? So that's the end of. He is temporarily, he's temporarily put on the side. But there's another series I will do at a later point that actually deals with the Kingpin and Matt Murdoch / Daredevil more to the point than just leaving him to plan. And the last page is, my name is Matt Murdoch. I'm blinded by radiation. My remaining senses function with superhuman sharpness. I live in Hell's Kitchen and do my best to keep it clean. That's all you need to know. And that's it. He's walking down the street with Karen in his arm. And that's just, a nice ending. So that's it, my friends. Of all the, we've come to the conclusion of the storyline. Of course, I will continue with videos. I will take a break from specifically only Daredevils, and we'll go into other issues. I may just do a review of issues via video. Current issues coming out, all that. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet, but I think that's more or less what I'm going to do. As I was doing previews, I did Marvel previews yesterday, and then today is the 31st of March. DC. After I'm done with this video, I will do the DC previews for April 20th, and then Friday will be Image. And I'm trying to get a wide variety of different books and series to cover your interests. And like I said, if you need to contact me, Instagram or Facebook or whatever, let me know what your preferences are, previews, what you want to see that I haven't covered. I am just assuming what's popular is what you all want to see. There may be issues, that a series that is like, something that's behind the radar, below the radar rather, that you want me to comment on. So I'm getting some high-tech equipment in mail soon. This way I can do these videos on the go, and I will be talking to you at a later point. I have next Friday is my good friend's wedding. Got a haircut. I got a haircut for it, and I think it looks pretty good. My lady likes it, so that's what counts. And I hopefully, of my friends, he's the second one that was married recently, and the first one was in October. And now this one, my good friend, will be married on April 8th. And then, of course, I hope the adage, the best for last, is me. And there's some complications right now preventing me from doing that. But I love her dearly, and it's just a matter of time to have faith and believe in that. Okay, so I know I went a little bit off target here about other different issues, but it gives you an idea of who I am, and my hobby, and who James is, or Jimmy. Jimmy also is a name because of my lady first called me Jimmy when I first met her, and I figured that's in honor of her calling me Jimmy. I'm going to use that name in my comic book reviews and previews and et cetera. And you know, one of a few people will still call me, Jimmy, not because I'm a kid anymore, but she can call me, anything she wants. So have a great week. Have a great weekend. I'll be talking to you later. Bye bye.